This studies from Stanford Medicine, addictive potential of social media. Dia cakap dekat sini, dopamine, the main chemical involved in addiction, actually certain nerve tracts in the brain bila kita engage dengan experience yang rewarding. Kita tengok baju, kita tengok makanan yang kita suka kan. So kita feel pleasure. This is dopamine, the chemical yang involved dengan addiction lah. Yang feel pleasure when seeing something that we like. Dulu kita kena keluar pergi cari baju kan. Sekarang you can actually access it, Shopee, Temu or something like that. So this researcher from Stanford actually talk about how brain responds to this increase of dopamine. When you see something, right, macam you feel pleasure, dia akan increase you punya addiction. Bila kita buka social media kan, dia kena connect dengan phone. Mata kita akan tertumpu dengan phone macam ni lah kan. So our brains, dia akan release dopamine when we make human connection. Tapi social connection has actually become, dia cakap kat sini but social connection has become drugified by social media apps, making us vulnerable to compulsive overconsumption. These apps can cause the release of large amount of dopamine into our brain's reward pathway all at once. Macam kita take drugs or alcohol. So they do that by amplifying the feel-good properties that attract humans to each other in the first place. Earlier, dopamine is when we feel pleasure doing things that we normally do. But now, I mean, these things that are on social media, yang, this supposedly social interaction earlier has changed. Then these apps can cause the release of large amount of dopamine yang boleh membuatkan kita punya brains reward this kind of, macam kita buat something yang kita pleasure lah, yang additive. So sama juga macam when we are actually looking at social media. Back to cases in Malaysia, and also I would love to actually bring you guys to the consequences of when you're not mature enough but you were given something too powerful to you, like for example phone or something that are public. We have like kids yang ada followers few 100k, macam kita love attention kan, macam people bagi attention kat kita. Similarly to kids, they also love attention, but they don't know when to stop. They don't have that maturity to actually understand that not everyone loves us. So whenever people give hate comments, so they tend to shut down or tend to break down easily than us yang lagi tua lah. Before we goes on and on about how social media are actually something yang kita kena regulate, think about this kind of consequences. When you are actually posting something, it will stay there. Kita panggil benda tu digital footprint lah, benda yang kekal dalam social media you, even though you delete it lah. Sometimes you think okay lah, archive lah or delete lah, maybe orang tak perasan lagi. But this social media mostly allows people to actually download, bukan download lah, macam TikTok boleh download, social media reels, Instagram reels boleh download, but some videos cannot download. You boleh screenshot, screen record or those content yang you minat, tapi the owners tak bagi you download it. So these are actually making it very hard for you to delete it soon. Let's say hang buat video gelek-gelek kan masa umur 25, lepas tu umur 28 kan, okay lah nak delete video TikTok. After you umur 34 kan, you macam kerja dah bagus apa semua kan, suddenly your video pop up yang you tengah gelek-gelek masa umur 22, 23 dulu kan. So even though you deleted your account, those video yang people dah download ataupun people dah screen record actually can be used against you. Have you think about it, right? Of course masa kita budak kan, masa saya umur 20, 17, 16, 15, we did a lot of stupid things. But we don't have social media for us to post it, But now, stupid things that people do are posted on social media and people are proud of it. But how long they can be proud? Of course we will laugh about it, but until to what point? Habis hang umur dah 35 macam ada video umur 18 dulu lah, lupa delete. But when you delete it, it can't be deleted forever, you know, like people have it. Some people download it, some people masuk another platform, you know. And also, this digital footprint also bahaya sebab whenever you posted something, you kind of give people consent in a way, bukan hang consent people to do it, but you kind of consented people to circulate whatever you posted because it's on a public post, unless you private the Instagram and only the followers can actually access it. So it's different lah. But still, you know, like orang mainstream we call it. This is the most dangerous part. I think digital footprint bukan hanya harmful for adult, and also this digital footprint also harmful for children. Kita tengok setiap kali nak masuk New Year, nak masuk sekolah ke apa kan, parents akan tangkap gambar anak kat sekolah mana, bawa masuk sekolah mana, pergi collect anak kat mana, apa semua. Sekarang, you know, these kids now are cute kids. Dulu kita orang kecil-kecil, muka berlemoy, muka macam budak-budak sekolah. Memang budak sekolah lah, bau tengik apa semua. But now, parents are actually taking care of the kids very good. Budak-budak ni balik sekolah pun muka bersih, tak ada bau, wangi and cute. So this cute face, when you put it online, there are always predator out there. Don't lie lah, mana 350k views, yang mana 1 million views yang anak balik sekolah cakap English well apa semua tu kan. Well, it's actually put them at risk, you know, like sekolah dia orang kat mana, of course ada lencana kan, and balik pukul berapa, and this kind of things, people who have this, you know, criminal activity towards, you know, young people yang mana addicted to this kind of crimes, they will actually keep track of this kind of these kids punya behavior, you know, like sekolah mana apa semua. At some point, I mean, of course there's not much of reported case, but it could happen, and be careful of that too. Ni from my experience. Previously I was very addicted towards TikTok, scroll TikTok every day, and actually dia sebenarnya, I don't know whether you guys can relate with me, but addiction towards video scrolling dekat TikTok or Instagram, actually dia kurangkan you punya social interaction. That's one thing lah. And also kalau you jenis minat gym kan, contohnya this gym guys pergi gym kadang-kadang macam sadu apa semua. So bila you tengok orang yang pergi gym, you sepatutnya dapat inspiration, but no, you get insecure. Faham tak? I don't know whether you can relate to this lah, but whenever I see people yang pergi gym, those like gym 2-3 tahun kan, sometimes I get inspiration, but most of the time I'm insecure. So people say, you know, watching this video sepatutnya dapat bagi you inspiration, but it actually do the otherwise lah. It's not even past the point that you are getting inspiration from it. And also, bila you will actually depends a lot on social media, not just media lah, ChatGPT, Gemini, it's actually macam it decrease your creative thinking lah. Kadang-kadang kita nak dapat something, I mean, good that we have AI now, we can actually get to polish our words, get knowledge yang lagi cepat, but at certain point, they actually limit what's supposed to be our limit, you know, like sepatutnya kita fikir macam ni, but now we are actually okay lah, AI je lah, okay lah, ChatGPT lah. So it's actually kind of harmful to us too lah. I mean, we pretty much cover everything, but this is my personal take for the ban of social media towards our kids yang out there lah. I believe this ban actually come at the right time. I mean, everyone been crying out loud, you know, been 5 years we talk about strengthening our social media, security to our kids, youngsters out there. You boleh tengok anak-anak kita kan, macam dapat phone senyap, bila angkat phone, dia orang akan tantrum, hub phone habis battery. I mean, even my nephew and niece as well. So this is worrying. Malaysia government announced the bans of social media for umur 16 tahun ke bawah. I think it's actually an answer to every parents out there who are very busy. I mean, parents now, both of them working, and I'm not saying that they are too busy that they neglected their kids, but they don't have time to actually check every little things about their kids. So when the government announced that this ban will take effect soon, it kind of give lega lah, like the parents can, work pretty much, work as much as they can while actually feeling their kids are protected on the net. We can also hold the platform like social media macam TikTok, Instagram, accountability, like kita tak boleh pass the burden to the parents to filter their kawan, to filter their followers and everyone kan. So it's the platform accountability give us devices without putting certain safety features in it. Macam you buat jalan raya, of course you kena tutup loopholes, you kena buat pagar, divider and everything. So similarly reflected to this social media. I mean, it's internet, it's wide. People can access everything on the internet. So when the provider of this kind of application, social media, Google, whatever, is actually you cannot just come like give all this here without putting certain restriction. Intervention by government actually can create accountability towards this platform. I think that's all from me. Thank you for listening, guys. See you all in the next episode.